well, I got to shout out DoseOfDion, man, because it was actually the first time I went live on YouTube. And, you know, guys don't know DoseOfDion. He put out a lot of good content for the Detroit Lions.
What is up, everybody? What is up, everybody? Welcome back to another video. In today's video, we are going to be reacting to an article by DEADSPIN, and it just sounded just like me that I was like, oh, we have to react to this together. So I think we're going to have some fun with this one. Hopefully everybody having a great day so far. So I don't know when you're watching this, but are you having a good day? It's the week again. Tuesday Night Football coming up. Okay, in today's video, we're going to be reacting to this article by Deadspin that says Jim Harbaugh and the Detroit Lions need each other. So I saw this title by my man Rob Parker, and I was like, all right, I'm interested. So I clicked on it. And I read just a little bit, and I was just thinking to myself, he sounds just like me. He sounds just like me. It's crazy. So we're going to react to this together. We're going to see what Rob Parker has to say about Jim Harbaugh and the Detroit Lions. I know not everybody is going to agree with this, but he sounds similar to what I've said in the past, so I thought this was kind of cool. And yeah, we're going to check it out. I haven't read the whole thing yet, but I have read a little bit of the beginning, and I'm just excited to see what he has to say, okay? So let's get into it. All right, the timing might be a little off, but don't let that stop you from recognizing that this is a match made in heaven. Okay, so he thinks this is a match in heaven. All right, I like it, you know, coming out with some fire, like, boom, this is perfect. Like, you can't get any better than this, okay? Let's keep reacting. Jim Harbaugh needs a new job, a new challenge, and the Detroit Lions need a proven NFL head coach. Guys, key word here. It's pretty simple, man. It's proven, okay? I completely agree with this word as to proven. And it's not to say that, oh, yeah, I hate all the coordinators and things like that. No. I think this is exactly what we need, though. I think the Lions need someone that's proven, that's been there, that's done that has credibility to say that, hey, when I did it, it was successful. But not just at the college level, preferably also at the NFL level. And that's what's perfect about Jim Harbaugh. Like, yes, in college, he has turned some programs around. Now, Michigan, he's turned them around. He's made them relevant again, but he hasn't taken them to the next step. Now, this year's pretty bad, but don't let just this year cloud you from what his entire resume is. I know as a Michigan fan, that's very easy to do and say, okay, well, hold up, you know, he's not good because this year. But seriously, his whole resume is really good. And if this guy was interested in becoming Detroit Lions head coach, I would be right on board with it. Not because really much of this college success, because, you know, that's great, but it's what he did in the NFL that makes me so interested. The fact that he's proven. Lions don't have a winning culture. They don't have a winning system. They need someone to bring that with them. They need someone that brings it in, that steps in day one, and they know what it is to be an NFL head coach. And what's even better about Jim is that it actually was successful when he was an NFL coach. That's what the Lions need. The Lions don't have that. Lions don't have that, and they continue to bring in guys that don't have that. So that first year, like Matt Patricia, it was kind of the figuring out things. How do I run practice? All of these little things that it's like, well, you would think he would be ready for that, but he's never been a coach before. But you bring in a guy like that's Harbaugh or really anybody else that's been a head coach, that's the advantage you're getting. And I think there's a lot of other options out there. It's not just simply, okay, Harbaugh's just it. But I think there's a lot of options out there that have had that at least experience, even if it didn't go super well, we're at least, okay, I've done it before, so I know what it's going to be like when I step in. Continuing with the article, the pieces fit. On Saturday, Lions owner Sheila Ford-Hamp dumped Matt Patricia and general manager Bob Quinn just days after an embarrassing 41-25 Thanksgiving Day loss to the Houston Texans. Now, if you guys remember when we were watching that game, you guys remember when they did that trick play and they scored and they put up 41? You know, they did the trick play. I think they were already beating us by 24, and they did like a trick, or they were beating us pretty bad, maybe by 17. And I was like, wow, okay, you didn't have to do us like that, but they did. They did a trick play on us. They made it even worse. So yeah, we were pretty much embarrassed. All right. The Lions have... Oh, okay, I clicked the right clip. Okay. Hello? Y'all doing good? Okay, the Lions have just won one playoff game since 1957. Can't get this hire wrong. It's imperative that they hire a coach who knows the league and can restore instant credibility. Boom, that's the credibility part. That's what he also brings, but that's not good. One playoff game since 1957. Okay, that's Harbaugh. Of late, the Lions have been breeding ground for first-time head coaches, including Patricia, Jim Schwartz, Rod Marinelli, and Marty Morningweg. None of them had a winning percentage over 36. Guys, over 36? That's not even good. 36. Now, this part, I didn't know this. I didn't know this was this bad. Why would we do this? Marinelli, who won in an awful 21% clip, was hired despite never being a head coach at any level. Why did we hire him? Okay, I gotta do some research on Marinelli here, because why would you hire a guy that's never coached anywhere, high school or college? It wound up being a total disaster. Marinelli went on to lead the Lions to an 0-16 record in 2008, the first team to accomplish that dubious feat in NFL history. You see that big word? I got you. But man, that's not good. And if you look at the Lions' history, here's been the most successful coaches. Either one, they've been a head coach before, or two, they were already within the organization and they took over. Guys like Wayne Fontes, maybe Darrell Bevel. I don't know. I don't think it's going to be, but who knows? Either way, those are the successful guys. And then the guys that have been a head coach before, even if it wasn't great before they came to Detroit, at least they were ready day one. Jim Caldwell is the perfect example. He took over in Indianapolis. Now, he was let go by Indianapolis just a few years later because he took over a really good team. They went 15-1. Next year, they dropped off a little bit to a playoff team, but then the third year, they lose Peyton Manning. They go 2-14 and they move on, and then he comes to Detroit and it clicks right away. That's where I think his benefit was. While I don't think we were building a great team here, and maybe we weren't improving in all the areas, the thing was with Jim Caldwell is that when he stepped in with that experience, there was no, hey, I'm trying to figure it out. I'm trying to figure out how to be a head coach. He stepped in. He's like, okay, I just did this for 3 years. Now I know what I need to do here in Detroit. In the first year he came in, it clicked. He was ready to go, and the team took off from where Jim Schwartz was starting to build it. It took off to 11-5. Okay, so that's why that was his best year, but he's had that experience. Maybe not the best experience, but it was experience, and I think that's what really helped him out. Then he says this job is too big for novices. And that doesn't mean the Lions shouldn't do their due diligence. I can't read that. That's just a tough 2 words to read. There's actually the Rooney Rule, so I'm pretty sure they have to like interview so many people. I can't remember what the exact rule is, but they have to interview so many people. And they say Kansas City Chiefs offense coordinator Eric Bieniemy has done a great job with the reigning Super Bowl champs. Most expect him to finally get a head coaching gig after the season. And I think he will. I don't think it'll be in Detroit. It might be. I don't think it will. But I think, yeah, he will get a job, and he's going to get that opportunity, which I think is probably deserved to get an opportunity here. I mean, that's where a lot of the guys start. But I don't think the Lions need it. The Lions need someone that's done it before. A lot of teams, that's good. You know, it's good. It's good to start from the coordinator to go to head coach. For the Lions, they need someone that knows what they're doing when they step in. They need someone a little seasoned here, all right? A little seasoned, you know, on your chip. You know what I'm saying? For sure, he shouldn't be ignoring the process. No one should be. Still, the Lions are in a different spot than most franchises in the NFL. They can't take a chance on an unproven commodity like some teams have. That's where I agree with it. I agree with that completely. You know, and I think we might take a shot on a coordinator. And you know what? It could work out. You could take a shot on a coordinator and it works out great. But I would say based on our history, we really do need a guy that's going to come in with his own culture. Because if you could bring in a guy that comes in with his own way to do things, and you can have some success there and build on that, now the next guys that you bring in can build on top of what he built. That's what we haven't really been able to do, is build on top of what someone else has built. Lions can't be a training ground. They can't afford to guess wrong, hope to land the next big thing. This organization, mostly drowning in losses since beating Dallas in 1992, need a proven coach who knows how to win in this league. And not just a regular season games, but playoff ones. See, the thing is with Detroit is that, honestly, a lot of NFL teams now, but the Lions, there's not going to be a huge, room for errors. So if you come out really slow, you're probably going to get fired. You may get 3 to 4 years, right? And if you come out slow, you're going to get fired. So for the Lions, you need someone that's going to step in. And he's going to be ready to go and take this thing over. I mean, heck, even Jim Caldwell was fired, and he averaged 9 wins a season. Just because of that 1-7 start, cleaned the house, and they got the new general manager and Bob Quinn, and he wanted to go get his guy. If they don't start 1-7, maybe Jim Caldwell's still here. But that's how quick it is, right? It's you got to have that instantly. You just went 11-5, but now you're 1-7. So now they're gonna clean house around you, and ultimately led to him getting fired. So that's just how quick it is in the NFL. And for the Detroit Lions specifically, who haven't been good, they're not waiting unless you're successful. We're really successful with them, and you're able to turn that thing around in the third year. You got about 3 years to make it happen if you're coming off a bad team. If you're not coming off a bad team, if you're coming off a team like Caldwell, who was at least giving you 9 wins, then all of a sudden there's even more pressure on you to make this thing click faster. Now, the thing is, the next head coach, he won't be under that same crazy pressure. I don't think he'll be under that much of pressure, but there's going to be there because it's always been there. It's always been there since you step in. That boom, once you step in Detroit, you need to make it happen. It happens at every team, but you got to make it happen quick. And I think that's why it would really benefit us to get someone that's done it before. Because that first year won't be a learning out, feeling out process. It'll be, okay, let's get this thing going right away. Let's start this thing. And that's what we saw with Jim Harbaugh actually back in San Francisco. Steps into a team that's supposed to be rebuilding. And as soon as he steps in, boom, 13-3. They go to a Super Bowl. And it's like, wow, this is working out really well. The only reason I believe that whole thing didn't work out and didn't last longer is probably one, he wanted to go to Michigan and give it a shot. But not only that, because the GM and Harbaugh, they didn't get along. Maybe if Harbaugh gets more power there, he's still there. They didn't get along very well. But there was a lot of success in those few years, turning around basically a team that was rebuilding. And then you see after that, they were able to build on what they had going with Jim Harbaugh, right? Jim Harbaugh was able to put them back on the map, get them really successful. And they built on that sense. And now, again, we saw them in the Super Bowl just last season. Currently, the Lions have lost 9 straight playoff games. Harbaugh is 36-11 in his first 3 seasons as a head coach. He took his team to 3 straight NFC Championship games, made a Super Bowl appearance in 2012. I actually believe that was with the backup quarterback Colin Kaepernick. For sure, all that success seems like moons ago. The elephant in the room is that Harbaugh has failed at Michigan despite the success at San Diego and Stanford on the college level. Harbaugh just couldn't get the Wolverines righted. And that's the thing, like Harbaugh made Michigan relevant. He put them back on the map. He just wasn't able to take them over the top where a lot of people were hoping. And I think, yeah, it was a tough role, but he wasn't able to do that. But you see Stanford, he turned around, San Diego turned around, and Michigan, who was, I mean, they were just like falling apart with Brady Hoke. They at least put him back on the map really quickly. Now, this year is not going very well. I think this is a strange year personally. And, I don't know. I think they expected a lot more out of Joe Milton, and he struggled. But I think, you get the weird year. You're not playing any non-conference games, so you're not getting your easy games early in the season, which may not be easy anyways. But you're not getting those to rack up your early wins to make yourself look better. You're not getting any of that, right? You're throwing right into Big Ten play. You got a quarterback who you're respecting a lot of, who maybe isn't playing great. You lost a lot of pieces and defense really strong. There's just a lot of things going on there. Sure, not a good look at all. But you know what? That may just be a sign that it's time for maybe them to move on. That could be that sign. And I think that's what the whole point of the article is here, that maybe it's time for the Lions now to potentially look to take a chance, if he's willing to. He may not be willing. DoseOfDion doesn't think he's going to want to coach next year. He may take a break or may just be done all in all, because he thinks that if he does get fired, what he wanted to do was end his career at Michigan. Clearly, however, it isn't a coaching issue with Harbaugh. It's a teaching issue. He hasn't been able to reach the kids the same way he did in the NFL when the players were $1 million athletes. Now, that's a little bit of a theory there. I don't know if that's completely right, because, at the other colleges he did well. But I don't know. It's an interesting theory. You can have your theories. But he says, just like everyone can't coach in the NFL, Alabama's Nick Saban is a perfect example. He failed in the NFL with the Miami Dolphins, but he's arguably the best ever college football coach, winning 6 national championships. That's 100% true, and it works both ways. Sometimes an NFL coach, he can't go dip down to the college level. It doesn't work. And then sometimes a college coach, he can't step into the NFL role. The thing, at least here, is that we've seen him step into the NFL role, and he made it work right away. Right? He had success there right away. That's a good thing. If he's never coached in the NFL, or if he didn't have success in the NFL, I'd be worried about this hiring. I'd be like, I don't know about that, right? All I know is you done college, and this year it's not working. But at least in the NFL, we've seen something. That's why I'm saying I like Urban Meyer too. I don't think Urban Meyer will come back coaching, but I do like Urban Meyer. Another concern, though, with him is that he's never done the NFL. So how well would he translate to the NFL? Would that work? I feel like it would, because he's done really well everywhere in college. But at least the thing with Harbaugh is that, okay, I've done the college thing and I've done the NFL thing, and it worked really, really well. We turned that around very quickly. Just because the fit didn't work in Ann Arbor doesn't mean it won't work for it. 42 miles down the road. See how specific they are with that 42 miles? That's doing your research, okay? Coaches get hired all the time after failed runs. Doc Rivers got hired at Philadelphia after a choke job with the Clippers. A team that blew a 3-1 lead to the Nuggets, second round of the past NBA season. Yeah, I kind of forgot that was a thing. I kind of forgot about the NBA. That was rough. NBA starts soon, by the way. In Harbaugh's case, winning in the NFL matters. The Lions need their organization and the culture, for that matter, turned around with someone who played both in the league and had success coaching it as well. There is no time to groom a promising coach. There are no longer 5-year plans in the NFL. It's about winning immediately, adding water and stirring, but you need the right ingredients, starting with a pinch of Harbaugh. So I like this article. I know everybody's not going to agree with that, but I know you're maybe thinking, well, he's just a Michigan fan, so he's saying that. Look, like I said, I'd be interested in a guy like Urban Meyer. I don't care where he's coaching. This guy right now can be coaching at Ohio State. I don't care. The fact is this, what he did in the NFL is great. And I want a guy that's proven. I think Harbaugh's one of those guys that's proven. Now, there's a lot of other options that are out there proven. And I think, you know what, you could go with a coordinator, maybe it works. But I think what we've seen historically is that that's not where we're having our success. So if you want to take that risk, go for it. But if you want to look at what we've done historically well, and you want to actually look into the metrics and the stats of things, stats will tell you the best move for us is getting a guy that's either within the organization already, which we're seeing Bevel get that a try, so he'll get 5 games to see. So maybe they saw something there. Or is getting someone has at least had some, experience being a head coach, even if it wasn't the best experience. That's what stats will tell you. Coordinators are great, but it hasn't really worked out in Detroit, and I think that was mentioned in this one. So, we might go with coordinator, we might not go with Harbaugh. I don't know. I don't know if he's going to want to coach here. But I thought this was an interesting article, and I just want to react to you guys. So let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Thank you, Brock, for watching, and I'm out.